Welcome back to another Colors of Prog, and this episode is a rather different one. I'm not going to be reviewing any music or so much. I'm going to be doing a short recap of the Cruise to the Edge, which is the used to be yearly trip to wherever where thousands of like-minded people who really love progressive rock come from all around the world to Florida, get on a ship, and spend 5 to 6 days on this ship listening to many bands. There are stops along the way. In the past, it's been Cozumel, Belize, etc. And it's all about the music. So this cruise to the edge was delayed. It was originally announced in 2019 to sail in 2020, but because of the pandemic, it got canceled or postponed. So I actually have a shirt here that I picked up on this cruise that they had made for the postponed one. So originally, I'm just going to mention the bands that were originally supposed to be on the 2020 cruise that didn't make it. We had Jordan Rudess, Anathema, which has since broken up, King's X, Nerve Bundle, Stickman, Aaron and Ethan Emerson, Gong with Steve Hillage and Gong without Steve Hillage, Curved Air, Presto Ballet, Glass Hammer, and I believe that's pretty much it. So they had made up these shirts for the cruise, and then it got canceled / postponed, kept getting preempted. And so I grabbed one of these, and it's a bit of a collector's item. I don't know if anybody really noticed. It's not really my color, but actually is quite nice, and it's a collector's item for sure. So what happened here? Cruise did sail 2 weeks ago, and our headliners this time were Marillion, Alan Parsons, Transatlantic, and Al Di Meola. Yes did not participate in the cruise named after them for a variety of reasons. So they were on the Relayer tour, now the Close to the Edge tour, and they decided not to go on a ship right now. And I understand Steve Howe has some health issues. So with the pandemic still being an ongoing thing, he just couldn't do it. And so there was that. So who else was on the cruise? I'm going to tell you what bands I saw. So I saw Marillion, Alan Parsons Project, Transatlantic, Al Stewart. I know Al Stewart's probably not thought of much in progressive rock circles, but Year of the Cat, Time Passengers, he was a 70s folk rock icon. And Al Stewart and Justin Hewitt from the Moody Blues, for that matter, were both people who were often seen in the On the Blue ship tours. And the On the Blue cruises were pretty much folk rock or folk rock prog bands of that ilk. But since there was no On the Blue cruise this year, Al Stewart and Justin Hayward, and I'll get to that in a minute, were on this cruise. So we also had the Flower Kings, Pain of Salvation, which is a metal prog. I saw them twice. Martin Barre, guitarist for Jethro Tull. Moon Safari from Sweden, I saw them twice. Lifesigns, great band, I saw them twice. Claudio Simonetti's Goblin. So it's Claudio Simonetti's band, Claudio Simonetti's Goblin, which were incredible, blew people away. Saw them twice. District 97, Jane Getter Premonition. Marbin, which I saw twice. Dave Kerzner's All-Star Band. Portions of Alan Hewitt and One Nation. What I did not see, because more than likely what happened was there was a lot of changes before and during the cruise, daily changes in schedule. Riverside. Jacko Jasic, who performs with King Crimson, he sings with King Crimson on and off, and he's been a long time performer in the music field. The Zappa Band, Haken, Protocol, Dave Curidan, sorry I didn't make it this time. It was just conflict of schedule. Stu Ham, and Alex Makachek, who I saw many times during the cruise and spoke to, and his band Fat. And Clone from France, which a lot of people really like Clone. The Dave Kerzner Band, which was a feat to see, and it was a treat to watch, was pretty incredible for all-star band. The McBroom sisters, Lorelei and Durger, performed. They also had their own set with their band. Nick Virgilio was on drums. Fernando Perdumo, who played with nearly everybody on the cruise, was there. Billy Sherwood from Yes was the bass player joining Dave. And Billy was seen walking around the cruise a lot. He's very friendly, very open, very approachable, which has always been nice. Dave Bainbridge, Joe Denizen on violin, and many more. So how was it? It was something. Everybody assembled in Florida, Cape Canaveral. Most people showed up the night before at the Radisson Hotel, located near Cape Canaveral, where the band Project, led by Michael Sadler and Rio Akamoto from Spock Spirit and others, performed, along with Alan Hewitt and others. And that was a pretty tremendous, packed, well-attended show. Next day, and that day, everyone pretty much around the hotel had to get another antigen test and proctored by someone physically. So we all had extra proof, boarded on the ship, and away we went. I'm sorry I missed Al Di Meola. I really wanted to see him. I did see Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, and someone else live years ago, and but I hadn't seen him in a long time. I was really looking forward to it. I have friends that ran to his show, but it was just timing. Things got moved around in the schedule. Also, the ship, the first time the cruise has been on, the Mariner of the Seas, and it was a bit unwieldy because though the theater, which was quite large, occupied 3 floors, 3, 4, and 5, 3 decks. You can only really enter from one particular deck, but because there was a line waiting to get in because sound checks were falling behind, you found yourself up flights of stairs. And then if you want to see a show thereafter in a nice rink called Studio B, it was covered over, folks, with seating, and the sound was quite good, depending on where you were. Some people complained it was too loud. I always found the sound to be great there, except for one show. And then there was a much smaller kind of club room space. And as opposed to the Colony Club that was on the former ship they used a lot, it also had columns. So the sight lines were, so you had to get there early to get a good seat. So quickly, Marillion was pretty spectacular. I have friends that weren't crazy about them. I really enjoyed them. The only time I've seen them live has been on these cruises, so I like that. Alan Parsons Project were quite good. They had a very large band, 10 people, 12 people, and they played the hits. Transatlantic on the Blue Pass Holder show played the whole Absolute Universe, the very long version, and that was pretty terrific. Exhausting to listen to because there's so much stuff on that. Al Stewart was quite nice. The Flower Kings, Roy Stolt from the Flower Kings and also Transatlantic, had taken a bit ill, so he played his set with the Flower Kings seated, and he could really not sing. So the backup guitar player and singer sang for most of that set. And I didn't catch the very last set by anybody on the cruise, which was the Flower Kings, whether Roy had improved. But he was in the Transatlantic sets and he visibly just has some issues singing. So Ted Leonard, who also joined Transatlantic on this, um, uh, joined the band, and so he and Mike Portnoy, the drummer, and Pete Trevowitz was also in Transatlantic, as well as Marillion. They took over a lot of the singing for Royan. That show was pretty good. Pain of Salvation, it's like I'm not so much a metal type guy, but they were quite good, very impressive. I saw them twice. They're touring locally right now with Haken, which is interesting, or not, right? They're almost similar, and they were good. They were very impressive. Martin Barre, I had never seen him before, so I'm glad I caught his set. Oh, I see a few I missed too, and I didn't know that Martin Barre's rhythm guitar player and lead singer, I forgot the gentleman's name, is Ian Anderson, lookalike and sound alike. I kid you not. Everybody who probably had not seen him before were like, wow. I was pretty surprised. So nice set by him. Moon Safari, amazed as always. Petter, their lead singer for Moon Safari, did not come because his wife had just given birth to the second child, and so he opted out. But the band did more than an excellent job of covering for him. Very nice people, very nice fellows, and they really blew people away. Lifesigns, John Young's band with Dave Bainbridge and John Poole and others. Really, really good band. I recommend you check out their stuff. Justin Hewitt of the Moody Blues had one show only. It was very well attended. He had a small band there. It's pretty much low key, and he did some solo material, and as expected, some of the Moody Blues songs you want to hear, like Nights in White Satin. Quite nice to hear that live. District 97, always a great band. I'm glad that I saw their set outdoors on the pool stage live. Jane Getter, Premonition, who I'd never seen before, though she's been around. Quite good. Fusion, funk, if not maybe too proggy, but really good. Her husband, Adam Holzman, who also had a set, is a very well-respected pianist. And so really good stuff there. I mentioned Dave Kerzner, Alan Hewitt. I forgot Wishbone. Ash, yes. 70s hard rock stars. Argus is their big album. I saw their set twice, both times on the pool stage, I believe. Guys, amazing. This is the current touring version of the band, which has one original member, but still really good stuff. Other comments, if you've never done it, it's pretty amazing. It's just, I don't know how many bands did I see, but I hope I mentioned all of them that I saw. It's also a family. It's I know from for example from Facebook, people from all around the world who came to this for the reason of seeing this music, and some, or more than some, were a little disappointed. One of the big featured bands was Le Orme, big Italian prog band, been in business for many, many years. They could not make the ship. So I saw quite a few people who came from Italy, and they were kind of like, oh no, Le Orme. But everybody was very happy with Goblin. So I didn't get to see a few bands I did miss, which is actually not too bad considering I've seen a lot of these bands, and as I said, some of them twice. It's a great thing for progressive rock internationally, music from all around the world. So I'll post some stuff on like Facebook Colors of Prog page in days and weeks coming, and that material's still around somewhere, I believe. And as well as there's a Cruise to the Edge page and a Cruise to the Edge community page. So, you guys go look around. There's plenty of stuff. There's already been reviews posted in the international press online. Um, Negative things. Ship food suck. First time ever, I was like, the ship food sucks, but it's all right. And the cabin rooms appeared smaller than the previous ship they've used. Was it Jewel of the Seas or something? I'm not sure. But the Mariner, which is a much larger ship, seemed to have crammed it. And so if you're sharing a room, it's like, oh my goodness, this is tight. Other than that, bars aplenty. There was enough food. You were not going to starve. But if you're looking for more quality food, it was a stretch. But we weren't there for that. We were there for the music. So anyway, that's just my brief update on Cruise to the Edge. I will return very soon with some more stuff. Probably a lot more Italian Prague, which I've been sitting on for a while, as well as some new odds and ends. So there's enough really to keep us all going for a while. Be well, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.